Okay then, it is time for the game 2 between the Teams 2 and Team Blanc. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good one because Team Blanc is actually teetering on the brink of losing the winner's bracket, and if they lose this game, they're gonna drop down to the loser's bracket, meaning that the dreams of becoming the Rainbow Cup King are gonna be even further away than they already are. So, the map is gonna be Adaptive Aloren. A map with a decent amount of reclaim, as we can see. There is 31,000 of it. Most of it is actually gonna be here in the middle, on these few positions here, and the rest of it in the top side here, and yeah. It's not really gonna be many fights over this here, but the middle positions here and here, yeah. This here should be fought over with the players and AIs together. As otherwise, you don't wanna risk your opponent getting all of this reclaim for themselves, right? So yeah. Anyway, Team 2 is gonna be playing in the bottom right corner with Unknown being the air player, choosing Aeon. Aurelia going for Cybran, Achieved once again playing Aeon. And last but not least is gonna be Blast Shield playing UEF on the middle. Their teammates are gonna be M28 playing UEF and starting with Bomber first. And the other AI is gonna be Kraglor playing Cybran. So yeah, before we actually introduce the other team, let's take a look as to what is this little Scorcher gonna do. After all, it seems like we already have two MAAs out for the topside team, as Resistance and both Nuggets already fielded one of them, meaning that this Bomber is most likely not gonna do much. Let's see if it can even drop a single bomb. No, it cannot. It already came under fire from the MAA, as the Archer T1 AA from UEF is gonna go and make sure to go and chase down this little bugger. And as such, this start was horrible for the AI belonging to Team 2, so yeah. Especially as the other team's AI is doing quite well. We can see they're already expanding quite hard. And even gonna go and build a few labs to go and punish the expanding engineers for the Team 2, so yeah. Already difference in the plays made out by the AI. But other than that, let's see. Middle slot gonna be Resistance playing in UEF in the blue color. In Lavender Violet we're gonna have Nuggets also playing UEF. On the top right left corner we're gonna have Delhi. And as the air player, obviously it is gonna be Clipped My Wings playing Aeon, because what else can you play on the air slot but Aeon? So let's see who is gonna go where. It seems like we're gonna have two ACUs from the bottom team already going and beelining for the juicy reclaim here in the middle. The same can be said for Blast Shield and Resistance, both of them going for the middle part of the map where they're gonna go and try to go and grab this reclaim here. And I'm actually surprised to go and see that both Delhi and Nuggets are actually gonna be a little bit slower in their move orders to go and fight over this reclaim here on the top side. Especially as we can already see that the AI forces for the Team 2 are trying to go and reclaim it. We're gonna have the first shots of the game. As Aurelia is gonna come under fire from the enemy scouts, which are not gonna do much to his Cybran ACU, as his region is gonna be way higher than DPM on the little T1 scouts, as the spirits, well, they have what, 1 DPS, so yeah, not gonna do that much. It also seems like the Clip Mowing is gonna be the first one to secure his expansion on the hillside by dropping 2 engineers. And when we compare it to the other air player, that is the, okay, it seems like Unknown is gonna be slightly bit slower by a good minute. But he is still gonna go and move his transport to go and first grab this one here, and after that he will go and grab the remaining 2 maxes here. And yeah, it seems like the bottom team is doing way better when it comes to the early mass reclaiming. As we can see, already half the reclaim have been secured by the Achieved and Aurelia. On the middle we have Resistance securing the bigger chunk of this position, as we're gonna have Blast Shield actually go towards the top side here to go and start grabbing this reclaim here, which have been uncontested by the top side team. So yeah, a very interesting split so far, as it seems like the team Resistance is not going for the reclaim fields or anything. We're gonna have both AI and Unknown going for a drop on the left corner. Or actually, never mind. Unknown is gonna drop the engineer to just go and secure the reclaim. Meanwhile, the AI is gonna go and try to build some sneaky proxy bases. Now it's gonna be an engineer on engineer fight as we have both of them trying to go and reclaim each other, as it seems like the Team Null is gonna be the winner of this fight with only 11 HP remaining on the T1 engineer. So yeah, good job M28, good job. We have the Magi Aeon ACU going here to go and try to fight off, or should I say scare off Riley and Achieved from lingering much longer on this position. And with Smolko grabbing the gun upgrade and the nano repair, it seems like those two ACUs belonging to the Team 2 are gonna be forced back in a few more seconds. Or will they? Because we have the ACU from Unknown actually joining the fight. So it seems like the Team 2 is gonna be hell-bent on cleaning out the little pest M28 on the left side before they're actually gonna go and start fighting versus the enemy players. Especially as it seems like the topside team is just not gonna go and fight for anything yet. Instead, they're gonna go and grab the gun upgrade on Delhi and then the T2 upgrade suits on the Nuggets ACU. And as such, we can see that they're gonna go and take the game a tad bit slower. And so slow, in fact, that they're gonna even go and miss the hydropower plant, which could been, well, built by Nuggets a good few minutes ago. I guess he just doesn't care for it, at least not yet. We have Magi and Smolko pushing in versus Unknown, Riley and Achieved. And seeing the upgrades on the Smolko ACU, they're gonna go and tuck their tails between the legs and just go and fall back here towards this position, where they will most likely grab their own ACU upgrades. We have the T2 switch finished by Blast Shield, who is soon enough gonna go and start building Sparkies and Flak. I'm not sure if Sparkies are the right choice. I would rather go and see some Pylars. But I guess everyone is just taking this game very, very slow. After all, the bottom team have the score advantage, being one game ahead compared to their enemies. And the topside team, being afraid of dropping down to the losers brackets, is also gonna play it slower, so yeah. It's just a slow burn game so far. And so slow, in fact, that everything is just, well, basically split across the middle of the map here. Like a big invisible wall with no one trying to go and cross it. Or maybe Delhi will cross it. Will he do it? No, he won't. Even though he have the double gun upgrade available on his ACU, he is still gonna go and play it slow and just build walls around his position to go and basically make sure that the right side AI, the Stackhouse and Kraglor, are gonna be unable to go and make a pushes through the top side here. And instead all of their forces are gonna be basically funneled into this little choke point here, meaning that the ACU from Delhi and Nuggets gonna have a very easy time basically stopping them in their tracks. And when we compare it to the bottom part of the map, where the Team 2 is just basically, well, leaving everything open, well, the game plan is already different. And we can see that these open spaces are already being used by the M20 AI of the Blank team to basically go and harass these positions here. We can see a few mexes have been killed, and Engineer gonna have to go and run away. So yeah, it seems like the topside team have way better game plan when it comes to playing versus the enemy AI. We can also see Riley taking a lot of damage from the enemy ACU, as Smolko is being very, very aggressive with his ACU. Not only did he manage to go and drop Riley down to 4000 HP, the same can be said about Unknown ACU, which have below 50% HP available. And while Achieved have gone and built the few Oblivion turrets, it is not gonna be enough to go and face off versus the ACU, although it does seem like the AI doesn't wanna go and risk the fight here. And instead he's gonna go and fall back after dealing the damage to the enemy ACUs. And instead it will go and try to force its way down towards the expansions belonging to Raelia on this corner here. Although Achieved already have a single Oblivion turret available, meaning that this part of the map is more or less, well, walled off. And as such the AI can only go and make pushes towards the bottom part here. So I feel like it's rather gonna go and take its sweet time and build up some forces, as we can see that the T2 HQ have been already finished. So we will most likely see some MML spam happening in the future, as the AI is very good at breaking down the enemy fire bases, and really, you better go and watch out. You better watch out, fam, because your ACU is below 30% HP. And now we also have Maggie coming with the range upgrade, so yeah. You better watch out. On the top side, we can actually see that Nuggets and Delhi are actually gonna go and try to make a push versus the Stackhouse and Kragler M28 AIs, and that was a beautiful overcharge. That was a beautiful double overcharge. Both Nuggets and Delhi getting an overcharge value with a single shot killing 6 enemy units. So yeah, very nice to go and see that happening. But like I said, it's gonna be a slow burn so far, as nobody is willing to take a risk. Though looking at the map state, I really do feel like the topside team, the team Blanc or Null, is doing way better, as we can see. They just have way more units on the field, and most likely this game state being the courtesy of Smolko and Maggie, basically overperforming on the left flank compared to their counterparts, where we can see that the M28 AI for the Team 2 is doing much worse, as both Nuggets and Delhi are doing much better job versus them. Nano repair having been started by Blast Shield. And when it's gonna get finished, it should actually go and move towards the top side to go and elevate some of the pressure versus the AI here, as both Delhi and Nuggets are getting amazing value of their own ACUs, 2000 mass killed on Nuggets and 1500 on Delhi, so yeah. That is looking pretty good, especially as they're building up some T2 forces behind their backs. And on the bottom part, let's see, what do we have? T3 switch for Relief, who's gonna go and start building up some T3 artillery. Achieved still staying on the T2 stage, just opting to just keep on building bigger and bigger fire bases. As for the T3R, well, we have the first T3R units being built by Unknown, as he have 4 ASF available,
I'm in a lot of trouble.
compared to only a single one for Clip My Wings. But as we can see, Clip My Wings is actually expanding much faster compared to his opponent, so yeah. Unknown will most likely have to go and make use of his early air advantage to go and secure a swift air win, and then maybe go and harass his opponents with some T3 gunships or something. Especially as he's playing Aeon, so yeah, the Restores would be a great choice after early air win. So hopefully we'll see it happen. And now, with the help of Blast Shield ACU and a few Percivals, it seems like both Nuggets and Delhi are gonna go and get slightly forced back, although I don't think it's really gonna go and amount to much, as we can see. A fire base have been finished by Nuggets to go and support him from behind. We can also see Resistance actually hot zone dropping Percivals to go and basically support Nuggets on the top side, so yeah. Unfortunately, Blast and the AI are gonna be way too slow with this push, as the response was already ready. And as such, once again we will have a small stalemate happening. Although, speaking of stalemates, just like I predicted, we have the first MMLs being produced by the M28 for the Team Null. And as such, Achieved Jaguar gonna have harder time defending his forward position here. As after the last changes to the MMLs, they are just much better at breaking the fire bases. So yeah, stacking the TMDs is not gonna work out, Achieved. You will need to go and think of something else to build. Like some units, maybe even your own MML as a counter battery fire. Because the TMDs alone are not gonna work out, we're gonna have a small fight between the Magi ACU and a bunch of rhinos. Unfortunately, after a single overcharge killing 2 of them, it seems like Relia is gonna go and basically move back with them. Most likely opting for a later push towards this position, where the enemy ACUs are gonna be unable to respond. We also have the nano and stealth upgrade finished for Relia, his ASU back in full fire. As all the firepower is available on it, as we can see the M28 starting to go and build up a massive firebase. Unfortunately, with the stealth available on the Relia ACU, oh no, never mind, he got into the view range of the enemy units. No, never mind, he disappeared once again. But with Smoko coming in closer and the Triads opening the fire versus Relia, it seems like he will be forced to go and actually run away. After all, there is way too much firepower available for his teammates, I mean for the enemy team. As the AI teammates of the Team Blank are doing a very good job at basically holding back 3 of the enemy players. There is a big push of Percivals happening in the middle. They're gonna go and kill the TML belonging to Resistance, which unfortunately didn't manage to go and kill a single Nex from what I could see, as the TMDs were basically built by everyone here on the bottom part. After all, the MML from the AI forces made sure to get the Team 2 to know that TMD will be necessary this game. And yes, small country area still exchanging fire in the middle. On the top side, well, nothing much is happening. It seems like nobody's interested in actually attacking anything yet. As this game have become basically who can stay alive longer, the fire bases or rather the MMLs belonging to the opposing team. We can see Anno trying to go and snipe down the enemy MMLs, but the AI was, well, more or less expecting this move, as you can see them building up a bunch of MAA, even flux, so yeah. A few gunships from Unknown, unfortunately not gonna do much versus this onslaught of missiles. But the Percivals from Blast Shield, well, they should fare much better, but unfortunately the response is here. As we can see, Resistance actually recognizing the moves from his opponents is gonna respond on time by sending the reinforcements to go and support the M28 players. And like I said, Relia will make a move towards the left corner here, where the enemy ASUs are gonna be unable to go and support this base. And as such, it seems like this forward base belonging to Magi is gonna go and fall down after the laser fire of the enemy rhinos. Although there is 2 Oblivion turrets in the background, so we will see if Riley gonna go and take the gamble and push in or not. Nope. It seems like he is not willing to go and make a push yet. Instead, he will take the small wins he can here by killing some of the mass extractors and the forward base. And after that he will go and fall back, especially as Smolko together with the Percivals supplied by Resistance are proving to be, well, a threat which will have to be respected by the Team 2. Even more so as we can see that the MMLs belonging to Smolko and Magi, the AI players for the Team Nu, are working out just fine. And with the T3 artillery also being fielded by someone, and that someone being the Smolko, the M28 AI, it seems like the days of this firebase belonging to Achieved are basically numbered, so yeah. This firebase, it might have bought you some time, but we will be better off making some units. Just like your opponent, who is also building units, we can see the Hardbringers and Snipers being, well, accumulated by Delhi on the top side, but other than that, I guess they are just fine with this game state. As they can just basically chill here, build some economy, grab some mexes and some other stuff. So yeah, it's just whoever builds more mexes will most likely win this game so far, as there is just no way to go and break the defenses for both teams, and as such, it seems like we're gonna be going in for the long haul with most likely a big fight to end the game. As it seems like not a single skirmish with ammo to anything at all. Okay, we have some aggressive Air Force movement from the bottom team, although it seems like it's only gonna go and shot down a single T3 gunship belonging to the enemy M28, and after that, that's gonna be it. And well, holy hell, that's a one big firebase built by the AI. I guess they really dislike the enemy Percivals and the ACUs luring in the background. Okay, we even have the T3 artillery built by Aurelia. As we can see, the trebuchets firing away, one big shell at a time, lobbing them through the air as they slowly arc, and then they will hit this firebase. Well, I say hit, but it seems like they're mostly gonna miss. After all, trebuchets are not the most accurate units. Instead, they basically have a very big area of damage, and well, they are quite fast to reload compared to the other artilleries available, especially the Aeon one, which is, well, one of the worst ones. But it's the DPM wise, but yeah, it can shoot on the move, so it does have that gimmick available to it. But still, I would prefer a trebuchet to that, so yeah. Yeah, we can see that with each and every explosion, the Triads and Oblivions are gonna get basically eradicated. Although it seems like the trebuchets are gonna go and change their fire to go and actually try to kill the enemy Demolisher, which is gonna be acting as the counter battery here. As the game is slow as hell. No air fights, no skirmishes, it's just missiles and shells being lobbed at each other. As we can see, another big fight here happening between the MMLs. And I really like the choice of Aurelia actually building the spearheads as a response to enemy MMLs, as the AI unfortunately doesn't have its own shields available, so yeah. It seems like Achieved and Aurelia are gonna be the ones winning this small skirmish here. A scouting run being made by Clip My Wings. And let's take a look at the amount of ASF available. 46 for Unknown. And 33 for Clipped My Wings. So yes, okay, we have the first GC being fielded by Unknown and not. It's actually, well, the colors are so similar for Unknown and Achieved Jaguar that they're gonna keep on mistaking them. But yeah, Achieved, together with the help of his teammates, gonna go and field the first Galactic Colossi of the Team 2, and it's a high-speed response to the one made by Resistance, which is right now just coming closer and closer towards the firebase belonging to Chief Jaguar. It is most likely gonna go and cross through this water here, and then pop up to go and demolish this wall firebase. And as such, Achieved, you better start running away. Okay, the move order have been issued as we have all of the spearheads and the ASU trying to evacuate themselves from the incoming threat. As the GC is gonna go and open its eye, the laser is gonna start demolishing one base after another. One Percival after the second one gonna get sucked in and then basically launched by the GC, and as such, this firebase is gonna be no more, as the GC response from Achieved Jaguar was unfortunately a little bit too slow. And it's not only the GC that is the problem, we can also see that there is a push from Resistance going for the top side of the middle, as the Percivals are gonna go and shut down a few of the T2 mass extractors being available for Blast Shield, who basically have no response at all. Thankfully, we can see that Unknown is gonna go and start putting in one shimmer after another, as the T1 bombers are gonna go and start dealing more and more damage towards the experimental units. Unfortunately, the T1 interceptors from Delhi are here as the response, and we'll see if we're gonna go and have the first airfight of the game or not, as both the ASF from Unknown and Clip My Wings are sailing over the GC belonging to Resistance. It seems like there's gonna be basically a face-off between two GCs, but the problem is Chief Jaguar doesn't have the support of the Percivals, as the Percys both from Resistance and Nuggets are gonna go and come in. There is also two more GCs coming, one from each team, as there is a Chief Jaguar pushing in with his own, and there is also Resistance coming in with another. Or should I say Delhi, as this is the light blue color. A very good choice to go and move back this low HP GC to go and save it for the day. You can basically move it towards the enemy AI, kill some of the T1 chaff and grab a few more veterancy upgrades and the HP boost towards the GC. Or you can just go and move it back, Ctrl K it, and well, reclaim it to basically rebuild it as another war machine. But no, it seems like there is gonna be a push option also on the table, as we can see that both GCs are gonna keep on pushing forward towards the bases belonging to Riley this time around. He does have some T3 units available as the response, but the problem is those units are not gonna be enough to go and stop two GCs, which are supported by a bunch of enemy Percivals. Okay, GC from Chief Jaguar is still gonna go and keep on chasing the two GCs belonging to the Team Blanc, but the problem is there is also a big support from the AI forces, as we can see that this big, oh, what a beautiful trebuchet shots, erasing a bunch of enemy units at the same time. Unknown choosing to go and build some gunships and restorers as the options. We're gonna have the first airfight happening, as both Unknown and Clip My Wings are gonna intermingle their units, and ASF, Clip My Wings had more of them. As we can see, a very good first turn is basically gonna go and net him a big advantage versus the units belonging to Unknown, who basically just went for the stop micro, which unfortunately is not gonna go and pay off. And as such, all of the ASF belonging to the bottom team have been shot down. Although, thankfully, there is a bunch of bouncers available, meaning that the ASF belonging to Clip My Wings are gonna get forced to go and run away. And as such, the GC belonging to Chief Jaguar, together with the help of the Spectre gunships belonging to Unknown, are gonna go and dispatch this GC in no time before it can actually deal any lasting damage towards the units belonging, or should I say the bases, of both Achieved and Railia. We can see, yep, not much damage at all. But let's go back to the action on the middle, as we have another GC facing off. This one is gonna go to the hands of the Team Null, as we can see Chief Jaguar unfortunately, well, pushed in a little bit too deep. A single GC is not gonna go and win versus a bunch of T3 units and a GC made by the enemy, as we can see Delhi, Resistance and Nuggets still pushing in the Spectre gunships and the restorers, and unfortunately gonna be not enough to go and defend. As we can see, there is a bunch of flak available for the forces of the Team Null. Thankfully, there is also flak and even some other MAA available for the bottom team, as we can see that Clip My Wings gonna be forced to go and run back. So yeah, we can still have no clue who is winning this game, as the action is, well, happening all around the map. Another face-off between the GCs. But this time the Chief Jaguar is gonna go and have some support coming in from his teammates. And there is also another GC coming in here, so even if the first one falls down, this is still gonna be a good trade for the bottom team, as they will go and now grab the kill on the enemy GC, as we have another airfight happening, as Clip My Wings is gonna go in deep versus the ASF belonging to Unknown. And it seems like once again he's gonna go and get a very good turn, winning this airfight, even though he's fighting over the enemy flag and MAA. He is still gonna get a very good victory here. Although I do hope that he has some air staging available. No air staging available, which is a shame because all of his ASF are basically on half HP remaining, so yeah. Building some T1 air staging would be a very good choice. We also have Resistance going for the TML AC of his own, as he's gonna go and try to snipe the What is he sniping? Oh, he's actually killing the reclaim here, as we can see. He's making sure that the bottom team cannot go and reclaim the GCs or other stuff, and yeah. That is actually something I really do agree with. After all, you don't wanna feed your opponent mass if you don't have to, so yeah. Each TML missiles by resistance is gonna kill how much? Let's see. This TML is going for this GC here. There is 15,000 mass available. And it's gonna get hit by the shield. So yep, it didn't work out, but yeah. Now we can see that the GC from Delhi is gonna go towards the top side, as he doesn't have nearly enough HP to go and make a push versus the player-owned bases, and instead he's gonna go and basically try to go and grab some veterancy upgrades on the, well, poor T1 units belonging to the M28 of the Team 2, so yeah. A few Percivals in the unit mix are gonna get shot down in no time. Another airfight is gonna go and happen as Clip My Wings is, well, he doesn't know how to chill. He's gonna go and always fight, even over the enemy flag position, so yeah. He just doesn't care. Like yeah, build SAMs, build flags, this man is still gonna go and fly all over them. After all, he just has so much more ASF available. Nearly 100 versus just what, 20? No, 30 ASF and 15 restorers for unknown, so yeah, he have basically way more firepower available. There is also 3 GCs available for the Team Null, and with the Fatboy also being made by Nuggets, the situation is looking worse and worse with each and every passing moment for the Team 2. As we can see, they're basically getting closed in their own core maxes, and with the M28i for the Team Null actually making progress on the left flank, this is looking worse and worse with each passing moment, so yes. They are most likely gonna need some kind of a miracle happen, especially as this combo of Galactic Colossi and Fatboy is deadly as hell. After all, Fatboy, not as tanky as you would expect from such a big unit, have not a lot of HP, but it have a good range damage, as we can see, all of it, 3 turrets basically raining death upon the enemy bases, and with the GCs being the tanky, and by tanky I mean really tanky units, they make for a very good front line for the Fatboy, so yeah. Push in, you're gonna meet a steel wall of GC. And the Fatboys are just gonna go and keep on wailing away at you. You don't push in, well, the Fatboys are still gonna keep on shooting at you, so yeah, basically, do that, do this, you are still gonna be damned. Gunships coming in from the AI to go and try to go and shut down the Fatboy, which is gonna go and lose its shield, but unfortunately, there is not enough gunships available, especially as Clip My Wings can still maintain the air coverage here. Although this time around he's not gonna go and fight deep into the enemy territory, as he recognizes the threat of the flag and other stuff. So the restorers belonging to Unknown are gonna get quite a good value from their own MAA. A Megalith have been finished by Rally as the response to the enemy Fatboy. As this is most likely the final fight of this game, because the moment one of the teams loses their experimental units on the middle, this is gonna be a GG. So let's see how it's gonna go and play out. We have the restorers from Clip My Wings coming in to go and shut down the enemy GCs. But they're taking a lot of damage from the enemy MAA missiles. Oh no, and Billy Nuke is gonna go and kill a good 60% of the units belonging to Unknown, as his restorers were unfortunately in the blast range of the nuclear missile. So a beautiful shot by Nuggets. So yeah, already a single missile killed 20,000 mass, as we still have the airfight raging in. And it seems like once again the stop micro for Unknown is unfortunately not gonna go and work out, as we can see that the white ASF are gonna be the ones last standing alive. And even though all of the bouncers here for Aurelia have killed over 5,000 mass each in air units, this was a horrible defeat for Unknown. So yeah, right now with no air control, no nothing, this is gonna be very, very hard to go and actually make a comeback. The Megalith is still pushing in to go and try to go and catch the enemy Fatboys, as Nugget is about to go and launch one more nuclear warhead from what I could see. No, it was just an attack ping happening here as the GC, which we were speaking about earlier, is still raging havoc versus the M28 forces belonging to the Team 2. As we can see, the yellow AI is basically on another missile have hit the target, as the GCs belonging to, achieved Jaguar are basically falling one after another, and now they're also in the crossfire as they have been flanked by the GCs belonging to Delhi, who made a great flanking move, and as such we can see that the 4 GCs for the Team Null, or make it free as one of them is gonna go and fall down, are gonna be the last standing experimental units. We can even see the Megalith taking a lot of damage from the Fatboy as the missiles, the shells, have basically toppled it over, as is it's over. As all the experimental units belonging to the Team 2 have been basically eradicated one after another by the Team Blanc. There is still one more Megalith remaining. But a single Megalith versus 2 Fatboys, and also 3 GCs walking towards their base. I don't think that this is gonna be just enough to go and protect your bases. The restorers from Unknown are trying to go and shut down one of the GCs, but ASF by Clip My Wings are gonna go and come here and shoot them down. We can see the Cougars opening fires with the Gatling guns, but it is not gonna be enough, as we can see all of the gunships have been shot down. As such, there is no help here. And even we can see that there is gunships coming in from Clip My Wings. Okay, one of the GCs is gonna go and fall down, as we can see that the Megalith with the GC from Achieved Jaguar are still gonna do just fine, but the question is, can I actually go and catch to the enemy Fatboys, which are laying down the fire versus this Megalith? You can see taking more and more damage with each passing moments as the Fatboys are lobbing shells. Each turret after another, one of the Fatboys are gonna go and fall down. We can also see on the minimap that there is a TML missile flying over the air, as the Beely is making its way towards the air grid belonging to Unknown, and there is no TMD available, and as such it's gonna be a big boom, baby! We can see basically a quarter of the air grid go up in flames as the explosions are gonna rage in. As Unknown, after losing part of his air grid, is gonna go and explode. No, never mind, that was actually Blast, who was dying towards versus the Colossi belonging to Delhi, who is still marching forward with a few of his experimental units. Also, it seems like more and more ACUs are exploding, as we also have the Megalith and the other units belonging to Achieved Jaguar just die one after another. The Fatboys might have died, but there is more of them coming in. So yeah, this is looking very, very bad for the bottom team. As we also have another explosions happening, as everyone is basically saying GG VIII. This is it, we are not coming back, and as such, this is the victory going to the Team Blanc. So yes, VIII GG, it seems like we're gonna have a game 3 on our hands. As this, well, there is a small desync, but the desync is basically the problem that, well, for some reason the live replay didn't register the fact that Achieved Jaguar apparently quit together with the team, so yeah. I guess we just can just go and see what's gonna happen by forwarding the game forward. And that was a battery butter from me. Yeah, forwarding the game forward, yeah. That's what you do when you forward the game. But yeah, it seems like we have a game 3 on our hands in this beautiful round 2 match. As now we're gonna go and have the GCs from Delhi just walk towards the ACU belonging to Achieved Jaguar, and soon enough they should just go and erase it. And yeah, it is at the thing, because as you can see, Achieved Jaguar is not even trying to go and run or anything, he's just standing still with his ACU. So yes, it was a slow burn game, but hey, the ending was actually quite nail-beating, because we never knew who exactly is gonna win this. Especially as it was basically more or less about who can take a better fight with the experimentals and then recover the wrecks. And as we could have seen, the Team Blanc actually did way better job, because not even they... Well, because even if they couldn't go and reclaim the wrecks which they lost here, we had resistance actually TMLing all of the wrecks to make sure that the opposing team will have no mass remaining from them. So yeah, very nice plays by the team Nu, and as such, we're gonna go and see what's gonna happen in the game number 3.